Good evening. My name is Will Stewart, and I'm like to talk to you about my telemedicine project, which I have affectionately called Patient to Provider or P2P. We are a practice that is looking to integrate this technology for managing our chronic disease patients, those with multiple comorbidities in particular. We have about 11,000 enrolled patients, 1,100 per provider, and some of them have some pretty complicated patients. We don't have a lot of money to invest into this, so we would prefer to integrate whatever technology that we go um, with our current infrastructure, with our current computers, without adding a lot of software, buying hardware, that we can use our current laptops, tablets within the practice to accomplish our chronic disease management. There are several groups out there currently doing video conferencing with providers, lots of times in the acute care arena, such as Teladoc, Doctors on Demand, or American Well. So that's a solution that we would like to copy or benchmark off of for our practice. Again, we don't want to have to install a bunch of software or hardware. We'd like for this to be a software as a service that's cloud-based, HIPAA compliant. Integration with our EHR would be very nice, such as our Cerner EHR. Be able to integrate the patient-generated health data that is already likely on these devices at the patient's home with the application. The app should be customizable. From a patient's perspective, it should be free. They should be able to find it on Apple or Google and download it to their mobile device for free. So this is how we envision it would look like from the patient's perspective: tablet, phone, mobile device that reaching into the cloud, and that information can reach us as their practice. In research, I found some groups that specialize in creating solutions. Not all of them are that are specializing in healthcare. Sysgain is one of those that is very broadly servicing different industries, healthcare being one of them, but they certainly seem to advertise that they could meet our goals. Unfortunately, we don't know much about them. They don't have a lot of brand recognition, and pricing didn't seem to be readily available. Visuel did seem to meet most of our requirements, and it was particularly cheap, but it didn't seem to integrate with the EHR, and the pricing made me a little skeptical that it might be a little too good to be true. Chetu was much like Sysgain. In fact, their sites looked very similar, and they service a lot of industries, so they're not really focused on healthcare as their bread and butter, and not a lot of information, especially about pricing. American Well, though, is an industry leader, very well known, uh, and like I say on the slide, it's what they do, which is telemedicine. They offer a solution where you can develop your own mobile application. It's all cloud-based. You can use your own technology. It will integrate with EHRs, including Cerner. And even though patient-generated health data is not specifically mentioned, it appears that their applications can pull data from other applications, such as those home monitoring devices that maybe are Bluetooth enabled, which would be very beneficial for inclusion into the EHR. So the American Well product was the direction that we were really leaning towards to help us with managing our diabetics, those with heart disease and hypertension, COPD, obesity, etc., and integrating that patient-generated health data into the EHR. And these are some of my references. And thank you very much for listening.